up front.
Well, right away, Holy Cross coming out aggressive, trying to collapse on every drive.
Marshall 3, assist. 9% last March from downtown. And there's a Falter with a rebound. Clark off the bounce, off the window, and a blocking foul called will get Caitlin to the free throw line. Minutes. The Hawkeyes are the highest scoring team in the country at 93 points per game.
Hey, Janelle Allen feeling it right away. You know, this is a team that's not wide-eyed right now.
The logo 3 in transition. Crusaders the other way. McCormack front rims it. Here comes Clark. Marshall gets a look.
Shots.
Clark checks the shot clock. Foreman staying right with her. Off the spin, the help comes and one.
There's no defense for shots like this, right? Terrific individual effort, staying glued to Caitlin Clark. The collapse comes, and she just makes a heck of a shot.
Force for wear, but she's very proud of the 4 threes her sisters getting here early.
And does she take credit for her shooting as well?
Hey!
Marshall on the inbound. Missed opportunity there for Holy Cross. Martin back to Clark and a foul. No good from right. Here comes Clark, head up on the run. Martin got it back to her and then around the defender. For Clark, she hasn't been shooting it from the floor well, but her teammates have. They're at 50%. So there's plenty of help for Caitlin here in the first half.
And that's what it's going to take. And for Caitlin Clark to continue to trust them, to trust that the game is going to open up for her. And
big 3 minutes here for Holy Cross to linger, to hang close through the first half. Clark tracks down the rebound. The push. Sidestep for Taylor McKay. Those two are heavily reliant on their defenses. Martin, backdoor from Clark. Stokey had 2 fouls in that first half. Martin. Clark, left in the lane. Nice drop off.
players on the floor.
Number 1 in the country in scoring, number 1 in assists, number 2 in field goal percentage, number 1 in most threes made, and there's a for Iowa.
Well, it's going to open up for her here in the second half because everyone else has gotten involved early. It forces the defense to spread out. It opens it up for 22 to go to work.
Clark with the steal. As it knocked loose, working on the smaller defender, triple teamed inside.
Quarter. Crusaders have found a little bit of rhythm on the offensive end. They're not going to give up. They're going to continue to chip away, but you got to stay in the space. And
Clark off the crossover, goes to the left side and lays it up and in. Crowd trying to pick up the energy. Clark gets the steal. And Caitlin with appearance for Iowa on Monday night in what would be Clark's final dance on her home court. Another steal for Clark. Unopposed for the layup.
Game is played. How entertaining it is. Social media. These athletes allowing themselves to be seen.
Boy, a lot of threes early from West Virginia, and that has not been a part of their game plan throughout the season. They only make 6 per game.
No, and it's exactly what Iowa wants. They're playing this 2-3 zone, going to try to force contested shots from the three-point line, and there is Caitlin Clark knocking it
By the rim for the lay-in.
What a play by J.J. Quinterly. It's able to corral that loose ball.
Clark steps behind the screen.
And you know the frustration from that first-round matchup against Holy Cross that Caitlin Clark was going to come out locked in and ready to go.
On the run, Stokey. Lefty lay-in.
On the sofas today, watching hoops.
Good day for a beverage and some popcorn. A lot of reference to popcorn here now.
Got to, yes.
Clark. First step to the side over Hemingway, and that's her. And Lisa Bluter has a bunch of different shooters out there that can knock them down. And they score over 90 points per game. That's number 1 in the country. West Virginia would rather they not approach that number. They want this one in the 60s or 70s.
And West Virginia shot the 3-ball in the first quarter fairly well. But if you play the percentages throughout the course of the ball game, that is exactly the type of shot that Iowa wants West Virginia taking. Make them think about it, make them consistently knock down the three-point shot, but the most important thing, particularly in the zone, rebound the basketball.
Yes. It is a negative rebound margin on the season for West Virginia, but if you're looking for indicators on how to try and hang with Iowa or beat them, you got to be able to score with them from downtown. You got to hold your own on the glass, and you got to try and keep Martin and Marshall quiet. Stokey off the mark, and it's West Virginia basketball.
You certainly, if you look at the teams that have had success with the Hawkeyes, it is being able throughout the course of a 45 or a 40-minute game to be able to score with them. You can't go in spurts. It's got to be consistent.
They have not been held under 80 points since January 2nd. They have not been held under 70 points since early December.
And this is where you got to be able to go. You can't look to outlet the ball if you're a guard for the Hawkeyes. You got to start to bring it up the floor.
4th rebound already for Caitlin Clark, and Stokey, the West Virginia defender, did not give her space to come down with the ball. And a foul on Harrison. She got into foul trouble in the first round, and now she has 2 again here tonight in the first half. Fields returns for the Mountaineers, and a collision before the inbound. First on Kai Watson. Stokey, poor pass, ripped away by Fields. Really out trying to deny Quinterly the ball to initiate their offense. JJ had 29 points in the first round win here on Saturday. Martin rebounds the miss. Clark head up to find a falter. The jump stop. Moore is going to get some more minutes here in the first half. West Virginia has 2 starters out with 2 fouls. One big, one guard. Stokey on the roll. That she might be able to return if they win here tonight and play next weekend. Marshall bothered that pass. Clark will take it herself. To the Sweet 16. They will be in the other Regional 1 in Albany.
And if you're the Mountaineers, you don't want to get caught falling for the trap of continuing that.
Stokey didn't look like she was expecting the inbounds pass.
She still seems a little bit out of sorts.
Only played 10 minutes in the opening round due to illness as Clark hits her.
She'd probably start at the 2. UConn, by the way, winner again today. They have advanced to the Sweet 16. And a date with Duke, the big surprise so far in the tournament. A 7 seed upsetting Ohio State. Deep 3. Here we go. Final minute of this third quarter. Clark off the cross into the lane, the hang and the hit. Well, this is a great take. Caitlin Clark looks like she's going to pull back for the 3, and Hemingway gets into her space, stays on balance, does a great job of initiating. Clark with 13 points here in the third. Trying to shake West Virginia loose. The tip, she's got it. She'll push it. Pull it. I thought she was. Open look, Fields, way off. Clark rebounds, finds Starkey. And
see immediately, Jalen Sherrod has the defensive assignment like she did a year ago on Caitlin Clark.
Clark bodies right through Sherrod, and here comes Sherrod. Sherrod cups it, dishes it. Miller unable to hit from 3, and Clark secures the rebound. Iowa had just 17 made field goals in that second round win. They already have 3 today. Clark left alone, lays it.
You saw Caitlin Clark's hands down a little bit defensively. Iowa wants Sherrod taking that shot.
She's just 24% on the season from 3. Clark drops it. Stokey finish jumper. Won't go for Sadler. Just into the game off the bench. Mia Sadler. Here's Clark. Nice look. And the layup. Here's Frida Foreman. A big-time threat from 3. Whitaker dancing through the lane. Couldn't finish. Here comes Clark. Flings it ahead to a Falter. Lays it in. Plus the foul. And finishes.
Vonleh is unstoppable when she gets positioned like that around the rim.
Here's Clark with Iowa swiftly up the floor. Clark being hawked by Weta. Clark able to finish. Here's Sherrod back in, being guarded by Marshall. Kendall Weta into the corner. That 3 for Smith. Off the mark. Clark on the rejection, and the next one is a foul. Iowa. Clark looking to take it off the dribble to the corner. Martin connects. 3. Shot clock turned off. 6-point Iowa lead. Clark bounces, needs help, finds Stokey. What a pass! And Stokey collects the rebound. Here is Clark. Clark around the Stokey screen. Being hawked by Sherrod. Sherrod falls. Clark dishes. Stokey finishes. Plus the foul.
Job getting on the offensive glass. It's an area they dominated when they met Iowa a season ago.
They had 21 offensive rebounds in that Sweet 16 matchup. A number that Lisa Bluter kept bringing up to her team as they prepared for this game. Clark, she got it.
Foreman had huge success from 3 in the first half when they met Iowa last season.
At 18 points in that first half. Clark putting it in off the windows for Colorado from Frida Foreman. As Sherrod then answers with a little bunny. Colorado finding a better rhythm offensively here over the last few possessions. Oh, Gabby Marshall was wide open. Clark did not see her, but will take the layup herself. The mark. Maddie Nolan unable to hit. A 12-point Iowa lead. You wonder, too, Rebecca, if this gets to a certain moment with a certain lead at the end of this quarter, if Clark might end up on the bench as Clark lays it in, and she's layup is good. Again, Clark had to be careful with those 2 fouls. Her back in. Oh, what a time. Clark on the money. Gives it up. Stolke comes up with a steal. Here is Clark. Clark. Oh, my goodness, what a pass for the bucket and the foul. Caitlin Clark drops it perfectly in the lap of a Falter, who has a chance for 3. And a Falter going to take a minute to get up after that tumble.
Ryan, not only the perfect placement on the pass, the velocity on it to get it through the defenders. Just, if it's an inch to the left or right, that doesn't make it through.
Sherrod, what an effort to get to that rebound for Colorado. Foreman hesitated, in and out, and Clark grabs the board. Martin did a good job on the box out. There's Clark behind the back, draws 2, finds Martin. Her 3 is good.
Stolke took one in the gut early in the game, that time to the face, but yeah, it's just incidental contact, post-play, physical post-play.
Here's Clark flashing open, driving it instead, working through Sherrod for the 2. And we have seen in this game Caitlin Clark consistently able to get to the rim on her drives. Clark now swipes it away. Here is Clark in transition, always dangerous. Clark working behind Stolke and lays it in. "19 points for Caitlin Clark. She is 7 of 7 in the paint. Vonleh can't finish. Looked like Stolke maybe got away with a foul on Vonleh, and that's what Maddie Nolan is contesting now. And Iowa's had some trouble against that Colorado zone.
Yeah, it's a 2-3 extended zone, and they've done an outstanding job trapping out of it here.
Stolke surrounded. Martin looking to redirect, gets it to Clark.
It's really sped Iowa up, though, in their quarter-court offense.
Martin. Clark in the corner, connects on a 3. Here's Miller, can't finish, rebound. Martin, Clark, eyes up. Here's Clark, wheeling back, will fire, and hit. Five points and 10 assists. And Caitlin Clark has accounted for 5 of them. Oh, what a dime. And a Falter lays it in. Clark whips it inside, right on cue. Gets it back. A logo 3. Short. Stolke the rebound.
Nice patience.
And for those who don't know, Indiana, the Indiana Fever, have the first pick of the WNBA draft. As Marshall not just been on a completely different plane offensively than what we saw in the second round against West Virginia. Marshall has 9 of the last 11 Iowa points. Clark, great feed. Ediger lays it. Basketball. Here's Clark around the screen, driving it. Clark finishes. Clark back in.
Fair enough.
Here's Clark. Clark lays it in. 29. The layup is good. The rebound.
One of the most important things for Iowa in this game is to be able to secure defensive boards. LSU, an outstanding offensive rebounding team.
Here's Clark, driving, finding, Stolke gets whacked, able to finish, no whistle. Iowa to her legs. Arnold now goes to the bench with that 4th foul. Here's Clark, Looking to get free, has shade on her. Clark into the lane, bounces, Stokey able to finish. Difficult pass, Edwards. How about Beckers from three? Short, rebound to Clark. Iowa has not had a two-possession lead yet tonight. Clark, step back three, you bet! And now Edwards.
The bigs against that zone are going to be important, getting the ball in the sweet spots.
Clark trying to work Arnold, separates and finishes. Hit. Brady and Arnold both playing with 4 fouls. And a knock away from Clark. Here comes Clark in transition, bounces, Stokey able to finish. What a dig. Here's Kitts, twisting, can't finish, and Martin the rebound for Iowa. Here is Clark, flicking it ahead, Stokey turns, good movement here, Martin's three is good.
4 players touch it before getting the wide open look.
Here's a falter, looking to drive it again, needs help this time. Flings it out, Clark open three is good. Tahina Pau, top 3 in the nation in three-point shooting percentage. Here's Clark, wheeling, taking, and banking it home. Underneath, lays it home. She was an unstoppable force last season against Iowa, but was coming off the bench. Clark, oh my, from the future! The freshman floats it in, and it's a 2-point game.
Hall now with the defensive assignment again on Clark. Look at her hand right in Clark's face.
Clark looking to separate from Hall. Clark, the drive, able to bank it in. Now, as Hall goes to the bench after the second foul. You have about a 6-second difference game in shot clock. Here's Clark. Will Iowa wind it down? No, that's why.
See Raven Johnson picking Caitlin Clark up full court.
And she has done the best job thus far on Clark. Here's Clark. Clark into the paint. Gets blocked. A falter open. Knocks down the three. Here's Clark. Clark finds Stokey, lays it in. Wanted this. Yes! 1-point Iowa lead. Clark yet to score in the second. Will put up a three here. And hit. Used a lot for that, who played with Camilla in AAU ball. Just the 5th South Carolina turnover. Here's Clark. Clark pops in. Bodies inside and finishes. Tough finish for there. Here's Martin behind Stokey. Martin trying to get into the body of Cardoso and backs it out. To the corner, Marshall left alone, connects. Less efficient after a blistering start to this game. At 18, a Final Four record in the first. Johnson wide open, in and out. Here comes Clark. Clark finds the cutter. What a look. The video game vision of Caitlin.
In this stretch here, my eyes are on Ashlyn Watkins. She only played 3 minutes in that first half. You would expect her to have good legs and bounce and determination here.
Tessa Johnson in as well. Here is Clark. Clark into the paint, spinning and finishing.
I'm so impressed with Tessa Johnson.
And we've seen it throughout this tournament, Rebecca, how many times she has hit big shots. Maybe not this depth of production from her throughout the tournament, but she's had key, timely baskets throughout. Clark wanted a whistle, did not get it, does get the roll.
Offensive, rebounding ability that this South Carolina team has.
Clark didn't get much space there with Hall on her. Clark, the crossover, and the hit from three. So would have been their basketball. Clark finds the cutter. Martin lays it in.